Welcome back to another ECA video. Today we're going to be reacting to the full Marvel Avengers War Table live stream. I hope you guys enjoy. We've not seen the video yet. These will all be genuine reactions. So we're super pumped to finally get a look at what we have coming. So I hope you enjoy, and let's go ahead and start this trailer. Okay, guys, in 3, 2, 1, go.
Marvel
Very
logo.
excited.
When I was young, I found an orphaned wolf cub in the forest behind our farm. I felt if I could instill rules, the proper boundaries, I could harness the raw power of that beast. A few months later, while hunting, the adolescent cub turned on me.
We're fixing the damage the Avengers did all those years ago. Inhumans are sick.
Unlimited power, that's dangerous. It's lethal. You
Oh,
are lucky to be
it's like
alive.
Wonder who's narrating
Come
this.
on,
That's what I was thinking.
Let AIM help you.
is that Brainiac? Wait, no. Wait.
He said aim.
Modoc.
Oh yeah.
What if the
wrong
Avengers were set?
universe.
I think you should see for yourself.
There's Banner. He did mention aim. You remember what aim was from, right?
Yeah.
Kamala?
This better be good.
He totally locked Cap in the reactor room and then he tried to jack the Chimera.
Son of
Have you all completely lost your senses?
Whoa, where were you?
Oh, that's
Not
sweet.
bad.
This little
Fault.
Thor sounds good.
You really think the world is better without us? Yes. See, it's always been your problem.
Dang.
From who
Thor's
you are,
pumping, man.
What you are. I am warning you.
This is exactly
Uh-oh.
what Tarleton wants!
Oof. Oof.
Oh, man.
Ooh.
Struggle against the unstoppable tide of progress, Avengers.
Oh, snap.
Oh, here's the abomination.
Oh, snap. That's cool. Oh, that's a cool suit, dude. That looks like Captain Marvel's suit a little bit.
Low-key. Yeah.
Hey, Modoc.
Yep. Yo.
That's a good villain.
Oh, snap. Those are nice.
I don't like Black Widow's mask.
Yeah, me either, but this is dope
I like
so far.
Suit?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
What's up, Marvel fans? My name's Casey Lynch, and I'm editorial director at Crystal Dynamics.
What's up, Casey
Marvel's
Lynch?
Avengers War
What's going
Table
on?
is your direct source for all things Marvel's Avengers. We've got a great show lined up with new trailers, new details on one of our main villains, MODOK, and advanced idea
Hey.
mechanics. And we'll take a first look at co-op and Warzone.
Oh, snap.
If you've ever
Whoa.
thought, what is this game? Or how does it work?
Wild.
Then this is the show for you. Let's get into it, starting with a story trailer. In the aftermath of A-Day, everything changed.
You so-called heroes transformed San Francisco into an infectious, gas-filled quarantine zone. You unleashed disease, powerful beings that wreak havoc throughout our nation. So I ask you again, Dr. Banner, do the Avengers pose a danger to society?
Yes. I can promise you this. I will use this second chance to make you safe. AIM will find a cure for the inhuman disease.
As a founding member of tech giant Advanced Idea Mechanics, or AIM, George Tarleton dreamt of a world made better through science. But even as AIM promises a cure to end the inhuman infection, and the revolutionary Adaptoid project offers a world protected by science, Tarleton, a victim of A-Day himself, uses AIM's technological might and the public's fear of Inhumans to convince the world that the superpowered are uncontrollable and cannot be trusted. His deranged obsession drives him to become MODOK,
So it's like-
mental organism designed only for killing.
Modoc,
When
yes.
choosing a villain, we knew we needed someone who had the muscle and mental capacity to become an Avengers-level threat.
interesting.
We also wanted a new face for modern
That's an
Avengers
interesting
fans.
choice.
Yeah, I love it.
But comic fans know MODOK is anything but new. His origin in Marvel lore dates back more than 50 years to October of 1967 in Tales of Suspense.
Ooh,
Now,
man.
with AIM's drive to manipulate public fear and his ability to control machines with his mind, Tarleton and AIM are the most sophisticated threat the Avengers have ever faced. But a teenage fangirl named Kamala Khan doesn't trust AIM. In fact, she's convinced that AIM is experimenting on her fellow Inhumans under the guise of finding a cure. And she believes George Tarleton was behind the plot to discredit the Avengers. And she has proof. As you pick up the trail of the long-disbanded Avengers, you'll advance the story of the single-player campaign, unlocking
It's kinda like
more
Jedi
and
Fallen
more
Order a little bit.
specific missions.
I was, yeah.
Like
We
a
know
hub.
you've been asking for new gameplay that's not from A-Day. We hear you. So here's a playthrough of part of a new Thor hero mission called Once
go.
an Avenger.
Oh, it's not.
Once an Avenger, always an Avenger. Oh snap.
We're here live at the AIM experience in Manhattan, witnessing the return of the Avengers, but they appear to be attacking the city. Keep rolling, keep rolling.
Oh snap!
Here comes Dylan here.
Is it any coincidence that this attack comes on the very day that AIM is supposed to unveil their promising new Adaptoid program?
Hey.
He doesn't even realize.
Dude, I like the man bun, man. It looks cool.
Yeah.
And he looks like Chris Hemsworth.
Thank you.
This looks like an opening of a cutscene of a movie.
Yeah. Right.
Oh,
Yeah. Ho, ho, ho.
He just disappears.
go ahead, mess him up.
Is that Thor?
Where'd the parts go?
Thor,
Things disappeared.
where did you come from?
I was serving the commoners when it started raining bolts of metal from the skies.
It's unbelievably good to see you.
Bit dramatic.
Oh, I like that.
It doesn't matter. He's here now.
Dude, the mechanics are so good.
I know.
You did what you were supposed to do, Thor.
I bet it plays so smooth.
You should have stayed.
I know.
Never, when mortals are in peril. Where do you hide, Doctor? Can you not face me?
Look around. I'm everywhere.
What are these things? They're drilling into the deck.
Something Carlton cooked up to crash the Chimera. Fun, aren't they?
Yo.
That was pretty cool.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, hello. Just like old times.
AIM dropships inbound.
I see them.
Focus on those mechs.
Uh-oh.
Kamala, you okay? Yeah? No. On my way. Hulk, you got this?
Hulk's going ham in the background.
Yeah, for real.
These low-key look like Sentinels from Days of Future Past.
Yeah.
Slam.
Similar.
You'll notice how when his health is going down, the ring around the the screen is starting to blink red.
That could be like an alert of some sort.
Thor, can you hold it up with wind?
Also, when he's floating, or I guess, yeah, floating, he's not, you know, swinging his hammer around like the movies. He just floats in this one.
Yeah. Oh, I like the tag team.
Yo.
Yeah.
Alright, that's pretty
Oh.
cool.
You killed Captain America, Thor. Who else will fall before your hammer?
What?
He did what?
Captain
Yeah.
America? Is it Thor? Spoiler alert.
Ooh.
Hmm.
Those things die already? I wonder why this one's so powerful and the other one wasn't, that Iron Man took down.
Yeah.
There you go.
Here we go. Speak of the devil. Oh, I'm really curious to see how. The no looker.
The no looker.
Yes, sir.
Not on my watch. The Chimera can't go down. Not again.
Oh.
Oh snap!
There you go.
Jesus.
Spotted some drones headed for the command deck.
It's awesome.
Got my hands full, kid.
There.
So I wonder if
You're
the
doing a good
mission
job.
is like changing into different characters in one mission.
Nice. Security subsystems just came back.
Well, no.
online.
We've been through this whole time. Never mind.
Can you enable lockdown?
Already working on it.
Some of his special moves are pretty sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh snap!
Oh,
That must be frustrating.
big boy.
Ouch. That's so annoying.
Is this like the ultimate boss now?
Have to. That's the whole point.
Dang. Dang.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Guys, the Chimera can't take much more of this. They did a lot of damage down in the engine room.
Yo, did you see? It looked like Hulk was charged up from Thor's like thunder shots. Whatever. Interesting.
Our original. You gonna steal my haircut next?
The damage has already been
Oh.
done, Avengers.
The banter. Oh.
Oh, use the Bifrost.
Oh,
Wait a minute.
Oh, you use the Bifrost.
Yo.
With genius.
Come on, let's hurry.
Let's go.
We're trying to restart the engines, but there's not enough power. We're out of time, people. Brace for impact.
Ooh.
Oh snap.
Got a thunder. Stay behind me.
Oh snap!
Now, bring it.
Oh. Oh my god. Oh my god. Little OP there, don't you think? This is Gotham City or something?
Very impressive right there.
Once an Avenger
Indeed.
is a great example of a hero mission. A single-player campaign
single player,
experience focusing on a specific playable
It looked like a
character.
cool co-op mission, if anything.
Hero missions give us a chance to tell more of each hero's story and showcase the variety and depth of our hero designs. Let's take a quick look at how Thor plays. With the game's combat systems, players can string together combos of heavy and light attacks, or hold for signature attacks. Combat versatility is one of Thor's strengths, from making use of Mjolnir to pin enemies from a distance, or bringing the sky down on his foes. In addition to core combat moves, the God of Thunder has a wide variety of skills to unlock that give him access to classic moves. This is one of our favorites, manual targeting. We largely drew our influence from writer Jason Aaron's run on the Mighty Thor comic. Manual targeting allows you to quickly mark your enemies for bullseyes with Mjolnir, and one by one, you
Oh,
can mark
sweet.
them and knock
Oh,
them
that's
down
cool.
as Mjolnir comes back to you.
Yeah.
Follow that
That's
up with a
dope.
powerful ground pound, and you've got a mighty combo. Manual
There you
targeting
go.
is a great ranged
Ooh,
attack,
it's almost like
but if
Yondu's
up close
arrow.
and personal is more your style, go with the hammer spin
Nice.
or Mjolnir Cyclone.
Nice.
Hey.
Oh, so these are like finishers then, I guess. Those heroic moves.
Heroes have 3 special heroic moves: Assault, Ultimate,
The clap.
and Support.
Hey.
When designing our
Oh
heroics,
my
Just
we
walking
started
through
with
the lightning.
signature
That's-
moves
I
from
know.
comics and
That is
movies that
badass.
we've always wanted to play. The Assault Heroic charges the fastest, and in some cases, you can store multiple charges to use
God bless.
strategically as a part of your combos. You can perform these after charging your heroic meters with normal attacks.
Ragnarok
For
Thor.
instance, Natasha's Assault Heroic is Widow's Bite, which is an electroshock projectile move you might recognize. You can see Nat using it right here.
Yeah.
Each hero also has a unique support heroic that's designed to enhance co-op and team play.
Oh man, I bet that
For
could be so
example,
much
I'm
fun.
ready for
support,
this.
Warrior's Fury lets him channel the power of the gods to supercharge his Odin force and grants a period of invulnerability for nearby team members.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
You can
Hulk
see
was
this in
lit up.
action when Iron Man gets the buff
Yep.
as he flies
You called
through
it.
Thor's support.
That's dope.
Ultimates take longer to charge, but they're definitely
Nice.
worth the wait. They have more screen clearing
Oh.
power, and some even have
Bifrost.
residual effects, like
Dude,
Thor's
the
Bifrost.
Dude, that
So-
walk though.
Thor's ultimate
That's just
hero
a
channels
walk.
the power of the
Walking.
9 realms, and his Bifrost taps into Muspelheim to bypass unbreakable shields, allowing Thor to use the power of the Bifrost Bridge to do maximum damage. We know everyone plays differently, so we have melee, ranged, aerial, and ground
that's cool.
combat skills
You have options.
to
I like
tailor
that.
your
So
hero
good.
to your playstyle. As your heroes earn experience, they gain access to new skills. Skill points allow you to unlock new moves, combos, and even new versions of attacks. As you build up your heroes, you begin to see how unlocking and mastering the separate core skills offers a ton of depth and variety on its own for every hero. And that's before
Ooh,
gear,
these
perks,
multiple suits.
artifacts, and any kind of later game progression.
Oh, snap.
So why is all of this important? Because it means your Thor will play differently than my Thor, and my Hulk will play different than
That's cool.
yours.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Pretty cool. Yeah.
Another way to customize your heroes is with gear. We've previously talked about the different rarities and how perks will give you powerful modifiers for even more customization. Some perks apply special damage like plasma or gamma, or cause status effects like shrink, which will shrink enemies
Wait,
and reduce
what?
damage and defense.
You guys puking.
You can see
Oh,
Iron
dude,
Man
that-
using game
Oh.
gear in this shot. and
That's the
even
move from
though
Iron Man
fans
2.
Probably noticed
Yeah.
his laser sweep was green instead of red. Nope, that wasn't a bug. When you have Gamma Gear equipped, it grants a bonus
Gamma
damage
Gear?
modifier
That is so
and changes the
cool.
emissive color of your attack.
Dude, the
And
ideas
voila, green
I will be
insane.
using that move over and over again.
We know that if you look good,
I will never
you'll
get
play
tired of
good.
that.
The Crystal
Good
team
play
has
good,
really
absolutely.
enjoyed creating all new outfits for these heroes and drawing from Marvel's
Show us
80-year
the
history
skins.
to bring so many classic outfits to the game.
Oh man.
Each hero has dozens of outfits drawn from some
Wow.
of the most recognizable
Oh,
eras
nice.
and story
I already
arcs.
knew that one. Yeah.
You can earn them over the course of the story campaign by completing missions and deciphering patterns. There's Iron Man's suit from the 2014 Original Sin storyline, or Donald Blake, which is a nod to an alias of Thor's who first appeared in 1962's Journey into Mystery issue 83, or Tony's Stark Tech outfit that was inspired by the bleeding
That's so
edge
clean.
armor that first appeared
Yes.
in Invincible Iron Man number 25 in 2010. While there are a ton of outfits you'll
Look-
earn
look
just
at all
by
these
playing,
unlockables,
some
dude.
will require completing
Oh my
iconic
God.
mission chains to earn each hero's iconic outfit. And some outfits will only be available in our online marketplace. You can even
Yo.
customize your attitude and
Emotes.
let out your Hulk with the
Emotes.
right emote. I don't think that's canon. Those are just some of the ways you'll be able to build and spec out your heroes. Okay, I think it's time for another trailer. This one gives us a
Yes,
first look
let's
at
go.
how all that customization is especially fun when you play together. This
Oh,
is
yes.
co-op
This,
and
this, oh,
Warzone.
dude, this
Warzone.
Dude, oh,
this mode can make or break this campaign.
Very true.
On the Air Force!
These adaptoids of his, they harvest their powers through the torture of these Inhumans. Georgie Boy is gearing up for war.
Programmable power under our control. No more heroes.
The entire world is in terrible danger. Time is here.
I could pull some strings
Get
to
Hulk
spruce
chilling.
up the armory. Get ourselves
Yeah.
some new toys
That's what I
to
was
play
watching.
with. Dangerous ones.
Donald Blake. Yeah, my boy's iced out with that armor.
For real.
Derivative of Terrigen. I'm here.
Whoa.
White armor.
Whoa, that was crazy.
Very air reeks of dark magic.
That is, I like the little jokes in the gameplay.
We gotta get this bird in the air before AIM
Oh,
comes in.
cool. You customize your helicarrier?
Jarvis is unencrypting the schematics, and we'll get our tech heads on new gear ASAP.
Resistance.
Resistance. What is this? Terminator? Like Star Wars?
Look at all this. Which nation state is AIM planning to go to war with?
Heroes are people, and people can be corrupted.
If I don't stop them, it's just one more thing to regret on my deathbed.
Oh, Nick.
Hey, there we go, Nick.
You want to see powers? Here we go.
They would cut it right there.
You don't get to decide who lives or dies.
Oh, Hulkbuster. Oh, shit.
Oh, snap.
That's dope.
So far, we've talked about the story, hero missions, and customization. Now, let's talk about war zones.
Okay.
War zones are missions which you can play with up to a total of 4 players or solo with an AI companion team made up of your unlocked and leveled heroes. Whether playing hero missions or war zones, you always make forward progress with your heroes. On your helicarrier, you'll use the war table to launch missions with a variety of objectives and challenges. As you saw in the co-op trailer, each mission is grounded in story. So whether you're in the campaign or war zones, you're always working together to stop AIM and rebuild the resistance. You get missions from Jarvis, Maria Hill, Hank Pym, and more characters from Marvel history.
Oh man, that's pretty cool.
Once you pick your mission, you'll board the Quinjet, where you can matchmake, switch heroes, choose your loadout, and of course, pick the right look and attitude for the job. As you start playing missions across the globe, you'll realize AIM has entrenched themselves in cities and remote locations alike, all in the name of research. War zones range from wide open spaces designed for exploration and team traversal to dense interiors with a variety of objective-based challenges, boss fights, and rewards. Here's a mission we saw in the co-op trailer called To Tame a Titan, where we can see some team play. There's this cool shot of Iron Man, but you may have missed Kamala and Hulk performing a team finisher on that poor guy back there. When you max out some larger enemies' stun meter, 2 heroes can come together to perform a team finisher, which gives you a chance to take them down much faster.
Yeah.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
It really does.
Living the hero life is all about growth, getting stronger and better equipped to play smarter, and there are plenty of upgrades to help you do just that.
I know.
As you progress through the campaign, you'll also be rebuilding and upgrading the Chimera, your helicarrier, which is your own flying base. The Resistance is a group who have banded together in the 5 years since A-Day. Some are inhuman and have powers. Some are former S.H.I.E.L.D. agents who refuse to pledge allegiance to AIM, and some just want to help.
What is this place?
We call it the Anthill. Not my idea.
You'll join their cause in the field by working directly with factions like the Inhuman Alliance and S.H.I.E.L.D. agents Dum Dum Dugan, Nick Fury, and more. Earning faction reputation will give you access to new challenges.
Hey Avengers, Hill has something she needs your help with.
New vendors, and more powerful items.
Can I buy an ice
Always
chain from this
threats on
guy?
the horizon, so you want to ensure your Avengers are ready for anything. We've talked about a lot today, but that's kind of the point. This is a really big, ambitious game.
That suit is so clean.
Marvel's Avengers isn't just a global, high-stakes race to rebuild the Avengers, to save the Inhumans, and uncover the truth about AIM's plans. That's just the beginning. This is a brand new original Avengers single-player story that you can enjoy on your own, made the Crystal Dynamics way. But it's also an experience you can play with your friends that will grow as we add new heroes, new regions, and new story, all
Great to
at
hear.
no additional cost.
I'm just swamping on this event.
Thank you for following us and believing in us. I want to give a big shout out to our community. Thank you for caring and telling us what you think. We're listening, and as fans ourselves, we're all working every day to make
We
Marvel's
didn't even see
Avengers
Cap either.
worthy of your support. Please stick
Yeah,
around
I
after the
know.
show to ask questions and chat. On behalf of the whole Marvel's Avengers team, thank you
So
for
many
tuning
people.
in to the first Marvel's Avengers War Table. In the coming months, we'll talk about our first post-launch hero, our upcoming beta, and of course, our launch when Marvel's
Post-launch
Avengers
hero.
arrives
New
September
hero,
4th.
okay.
New hero.
I'm Casey Lynch, and I'll see you
Any
next time.
predictions on the new hero?
Well, he did. I don't think he said new hero. He said post-launch. So it could be just. It could be Cap because we didn't see him in this gameplay.
Cap was in the other trailers.
I feel like Cap might come back like towards the end of the game, so he might not be a post-launch hero.
Right.
That's what I was thinking because they would have showed him in this.
No, post
Yeah.
I think
they haven't talked about. They haven't showed. They haven't talked about like nothing.
Because technically in the game he's dead.
right.
So,
I think
Yes,
I think the post-launch hero. I think it might be Ant-Man because they introduced Hank Pym in the very first trailer, but he was just like a side character. But then since they said we'll announce our post-launch hero, I think all my money is going to go to Hank Pym as a playable hero.
I'm gonna shoot for Hawkeye. I think Hawkeye.
Yeah, so
Hawkeye might be
it's
one.
possibly a toss-up between those two because remember when the first trailer came out, everybody was like, this is not the MCU lineup. Kamala replaced Hawkeye, so everybody was just asking, where is Hawkeye at?
Mhm.
So he's a good choice for the post-launch hero as well.
Do you think it'll be Hank Pym or do you think it'll be?
I feel like it might. To me, it's more of Hank Pym because he was introduced in the last trailer, and then it kind of teased him of being the playable character in the future as well.
They did mention Hank Pym as well.
That gameplay would be so much fun. What did you guys think of the trailer?
I have a couple of things. Plus side, they do listen to their fans, so that's good. Everything they kind of went off of the last reveal, they kind of took all that criticism and they kind of worked on that. And this presentation, they show people what they wanted to see, so that's good. And I do like all the inspiration they got from comics, not just like the heroes, but they actually went into the comics and dug out certain cool moves or costumes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I think that was good. The only thing I have a problem with, or not the only thing, but they explained too much. They should have kept all that story stuff in the story. They should not have said it. They just revealed a lot of maybe like the first quarter of the game. Like that, I would have preferred to find that out while I'm playing. I don't think they should have explained that whole, like they should have just kept it at AIM took over and that's it. Not Kamala Khan and Cap dying. That's just it's way too much in my opinion.
Yeah.
And then they said no additional costs for additional heroes going to be added, new regions and new missions. Okay, that's good. The problem I have with that is the amount of gear that I saw. I feel like a lot of it is going to be on sale for people who don't want to grind, and because of that, it's going to open up a flood of like a marketplace. And I feel like this game is going to be grindy, like kind of grindy to get good gear, because all those numbers that they were showing, they seem kind of like random, like 17, 25. I don't know how I feel about that. I'll have to see till the game comes out, because this isn't the first game that has done that. But yeah, other than that, it seems pretty good. I'm glad that they're releasing new stuff post-launch. Like gonna keep it updated with content. And I hope that they frame rate fixes because there's a lot of stuff going on, and when there's a lot of explosions, the frame rate will drop. I noticed in the video. And I'm like, I hope that's not the gameplay. Like, I hope that's not the game when I get it, because it would suck if you're fighting enemies, a whole bunch of explosions, and it's just laggy and the frames dropping. Like that would kind of kill the vibe. But
I wonder what they're like playing it on because next gen isn't released yet.
Yeah, like
I mean,
that could be just different. Yeah, that could be just like on a PC, but And this isn't the final version of the game. They're still working on it. So,
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
For
sure.
A couple things for me, just real quick. I really a couple things that we didn't really get to dive deep into is MODOK. They just kind of revealed that.
Yeah, they should have saved that.
Yeah,
my opinion.
MODOK, Abomination, we didn't really get to see much of, and we still
we
have
just don't
Taskmaster
know.
in this game. Taskmaster's still a villain in this game, so
He is.
and of course AIM. So it's like I wonder how many other things they're not telling us, which is a good thing. And like Christian said, maybe they should have held off for MODOK. But I'm not gonna lie, it did get me a little bit like excited, but it also raised a couple questions.
I was intrigued.
Yeah, raised a couple questions, but just from the gameplay, it looks pretty smooth. I like the mechanics a lot. Square Enix, I think hopefully I hope they're going to do a good job. I anticipate them to do a really good job with this game. And the co-op looks really cool. I think
it does.
I think that might be the thing I'm most excited about. The story, I'm sure, is going to be really fun, but the co-op, I think that will be the thing I'm looking forward to the most. So,
yeah, for me, I think on the level of like villains, I guess, like you said, we've already seen Taskmaster. We saw snippets of the Abomination, and then MODOK. Obviously, it not only for me did it raise the bar, it just kind of said we have more villains in my sense, because like AIM is going to be like the long lasting villain.
They're the main one, I would assume. Yeah.
Right. And so it just seems like these other guys are just kind of there as like boss battles almost.
Well, Taskmaster from the reveal trailer is, I think, the reason behind A-Day, because that's when whenever San Francisco
you see the
that
fight
was
on
Taskmaster. I think he was partnering up with AIM, but I think AIM is the overarching main villain of this whole story.
Right.
So
no, I think for me another question that I would, and it might be already revealed, I just don't know it yet. Is this game going to be cross-platform compatible? Because if I get an Xbox and Josh, you get a PlayStation,
next gen compatible.
Okay.
Yeah, they are, because they said I think it was if you have a PS4 and you got the game on PS4, but you end up getting a PS5, you can end up, I guess, like transferring it to the PS5, and you can do that for free as well too. So I think that's the way they explained it. I might have it wrong, but they say you will be able to get a free upgrade if you upgrade to the next generation.
Well, this game comes out in September. The PlayStation doesn't come out till when again?
Till November, right?
And I think that goes for Xbox as well.
Mm-hmm.
So you can play this game on PlayStation 4 or Xbox One and still have time to replay it on next gen. So
I just want to know, like, if I'm getting on and I want to play, co-op with, 3 y'all or whatever, like, can we play it if me and Darren have an Xbox, but Christian and Dom have a PlayStation? Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Cross-platform, but also I meant cross-generation.
Yeah.
Xbox One player play with the Xbox Series X, I think is what it's called, and can a PlayStation 5 player play with an Xbox One player? So I hope they figure that out.
If they can do that, then this game to me is already, like, I'm already going to get it. Like, it's a no-brainer on that. But to go back to what you said, Christian, earlier about the grinding, to me, what really kind of gave me the okay about grinding is that my Thor can be different from your Thor. Meaning I can, I can make him more of a ground and pound while you make him more of like an aerial kind of attacker, which is completely different than any other kind of like, fighting game that superhero game that I've ever played.
Well, I was going to say, that mechanic isn't new. I mean, Borderlands does that. My modes could be different from your modes.
They're really good with
Destiny.
Exactly.
Yeah, that mechanic isn't new, so that doesn't surprise me. But the thing is, the similarity between Avengers and all those games is because you can make them different, you have to grind for those different parts. And the grinding, replaying missions should be a fun thing, and I shouldn't have to do them just to get a good part, or get a good piece of gear. That's the one thing I'm worried about. Like, once they start going to that, I'm like, oh, it's those type of games. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I have to see, because I was just talking to my friends. The only really grindy game that I can play is Borderlands. But if it's like the Division or Destiny or Wildlands, where it's like way too much, I'm like, no, that's it, man. I'm sorry. Avengers is cool, but once you get to the point where the enemies are bullet sponges, where they just keep taking hits, no matter how much hits you do, that's like that just off puts the game to me. And I don't care if it's Avengers or Justice League. That right, so that's the reason why I don't get into these type of games, because they're just too much. You know, it gets to a point where you're not doing enough damage. You have to sit and do these side missions for hours just to get good parts to finally do damage. And then when they release new areas and new regions, the enemies in those regions are gonna be like even higher level. Then they're gonna raise the level cap, so you gotta go grind even more. It's like, bro, I got a life, I got a job and stuff. I don't have time to just sit here and grind. You know, I can't do it now in quarantine. Don't get me wrong, but when this quarantine is over and people get back to normal, I just hope that doesn't kill the vibe of the game. You know, like I just want to play for fun, for you know what I mean. Like I don't mind grinding. It's just too much of it is not good. But
it just takes up too much time, basically.
Yeah, too much time. And I know this more. I mean, I don't want to speak for everyone, but I know this as myself. I've played a lot of these games, man. The game looks great, don't get me wrong, but the mechanics I'm kind of a little worried about. And they said no additional cost. There's always a
catch.
Yeah, they gotta make money. So if they're not gonna do an additional cost, they're gonna have some kind of marketplace. Just like how Call of Duty, if you haven't played Modern Warfare, they don't charge you for all these new maps and guns, but they charge you for the battle pass, for any new skins they drop, for any new packs. If you want to get a certain operator to play as, you have to, you know, spend a lot of money. And
But that's the thing. Like I play Call of Duty, but I don't get any of that because.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
but there are people who do that. Like, this is the thing, you don't play Call of Duty as much as you're gonna play Avengers, though.
Yeah.
Right.
But once you go into Avengers, who knows? They could bring out this one bundle that's pretty good price, and then you're gonna spend a third of what you spend on the game to get that one bundle, and it's like.
I think when they mean no, like the cost efficient thing is like, yeah, they're gonna have those bundles, but in my opinion, I feel like they're going to be very, very affordable, because when I see those like on Call of Duty or whatever, I'll get on and it'll say like, you know, get this bundle for Ghost or whatever for Call of Duty, and I'm like, I'm not spending $19.99 on just a skin and some, you know, like. That's why, to me.
Yeah, but that's Call of Duty, though. That's not Avengers.
I know, like
some people.
Some of the people, they struggle with this kind of stuff where they already make it to where once you buy a bundle, you're gonna have left over. Well, I don't know, I guess VC or whatever they're gonna.
No, Josh is right. Listen to Josh.
Left over, and so you're gonna feel like you're wasting your money, but because you still have leftover coins, I guess, that you could be doing other stuff. So you pay more. And then you still have leftover, and that's how these work. It's kind of
they price it very, and then the bundles that they sell, it's at a certain level. Like the way that they sell the bundles and the way they sell the coins to buy the bundles, they're very smart how they do it, and then they catch people. And that's the thing. People say, "Oh, I won't spend $20 for a skin on Modern Warfare," but if it's that symbiote Iron Man skin, hey, there you go.
You just gotta be careful, man.
I feel
like this. I feel like. Honestly, it's more of the how you play style. Like, again, I'm gonna go back to Call of Duty. For me, I love the game, but I'm not spending any. I'm not a pay to play kind of guy. Like, I'm not gonna pay to win almost. Like, that's for me. Honestly, that's why I know a lot of people still play Fortnite, but that's how Fortnite died to me, because it's like, buy this skin with this much money. Like, I was like, no, like I'm not gonna like. It's essentially if you bought this bundle, then you're higher up on, on the how you play scale. And it got really old to me. And then Call of Duty started doing the same. It's like, if you don't have this skin running around, then that just means you're not good, or that just means you have a lot of money to spend. Frankly, I don't have that money to spend. So when this game comes out and, like you said, they get a different Iron Man skin, of course I'm going to want to buy it, but I'm not going to. So, other than that.
No, and that's the thing. Like, I'm okay with them doing it, but they're going to make certain Iron Man skins, like the really cool ones, only you can buy. You can't earn it in the game.
And that's
what's going to.
I mean,
but that shouldn't be the way it should be. It should be, if they're going to introduce Iron Man skin, they should make you earn it. You know what I mean? So.
But again, it goes back to what you said, too. they're gonna have to make their money somehow.
No,
So
yeah, but I'm saying they should make it either you earn it, or if you don't want to work for it, then buy it. They're not going to do that. They're just going to let you buy it, and then you can't get it anywhere else. That's
Right.
exactly how it is in Call of Duty. Do you know how many skins there are where you can't earn, but you have to buy? It's the only way you can get it.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, and me and Darren know. I mean, Josh knows too. There's certain skins that they're so cool looking, but you know you don't want to spend like a third of what you spend on the game to get this one skin for the gun. You know, but that's it. You can't earn it. You can't do a certain challenge to earn it.
Exactly.
And the thing is, that's just the gun skin. You know, and that's just imagine a whole skin for an Iron Man or a Hulk. You know, it's just like that's the one thing I'm worried about. This isn't the game's fault. The gameplay. The gameplay would be great. It's just the mechanics and.
Yeah, I was talking about gameplay mechanics specifically, like doing moves and stuff. The way it's smooth, the gameplay. I wasn't talking about like microtransactions.
Yeah, that's the one thing. I mean, that is part of the game, but to me, it will. I think a lot of people are going to be like looking at that, like, we'll see. But I'm not trying to be pessimistic. I'm not, I'm optimistic. I want to see how the game is, but I'm just going to wait.
I will say this about it. Just looking at the gameplay from it, and then from when I got to play it back at NYCC, I can tell like the gameplay mechanics have improved a bit, and so I think that's probably one of the main things they're trying to work at this point. Just trying to get gameplay mechanics, as smooth as possible, and then another one of the things I like. I know probably a lot of people are going to disagree with me on this is I kind of like the designs of the characters because I can see like how they're trying to go like a little bit MCU, but then they also want to kind of like make their own, make their own thing at this point. Because you guys remember like when it was first released, everybody was like, "Oh my God, it looks horrible" and stuff. They had. With Cap suit, and then Iron Man looking like dude from Always Sunny in Philadelphia, had Black Widow looking like Maria Hill.
Yeah.
But they just had. But I can tell like they like put like some stuff into their put some improvement in their designs, and I think they're still trying to work at it because looking at some of the pictures from what I saw. I think there's still like some kinks that can still kind of work out on that. I'm not a gaming expert by any means, so my opinion might not be as valid as everybody else's. But those are just my little 2 cents about it. Hey, it looks like a really good game, and I had a lot of fun playing it back at NYCC. So I'm definitely looking forward to the game. And I'm gonna try to get it on PS5. So I even got wait longer to play this game, so I'm gonna try to wait it out.
Now, Darren, did you have any thoughts?
Yeah, no, for sure. It's fun that I'm going last. I thought it was pretty good. I was really hyped up about it. We're all big Marvel fans here, and when they started off the trailer, it kind of teased a little bit about MODOK, and then they finally showed it. And I'm like, holy crap! Like, why? Like Christian said, why do they release this? It was good. It was good to see, and I loved it, right? But it's like I feel like they showed too much. I feel like if they if anything, just tease MODOK, but they did, but they showed too much of him. I wish they didn't show him at all, and they focused more on Abomination or maybe Taskmaster, which is who we know more of.
Or just leave AIM ambiguous. Just talk about it as a whole and not focus on anything.
Yeah, but like if they just kept it with Taskmaster, and then keep AIM there, AIM was a pretty big thing. If they just brought out AIM and then maybe focus more on Taskmaster play and see how just certain fights with I think that would have been good just to keep Abomination and MODOK to themselves. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be other smaller villains and there could be bigger villains, but not as big as MODOK. So that was a big kind of spoiler and it really sucked.
Yeah.
But I am hyped. I'm not mad about it. I'm mad that they spoiled it, but I'm not mad that he's in the game. I think that's great. But I do like the co-op game. I really like that.
I was gonna say that. I'm sorry.
Hold on. I'm like, yeah. The co-op between each character, badass. I love it. Going from having Miss Marvel with Hulk, having that finishing move on an enemy is pretty badass, and you can build that up. Then he was talking about offensive or attacking special moves, defensive special moves, and like a signature move, like, you know, opening the Bifrost or like shocking enemies around in a certain radius of your location. I loved all of that. I mean, like Christian said, most of the stuff isn't new, but it's just new for this. Well, it's not really new. It's just Avengers style of this in previous games. But it looks good because we all have these characters and we know who they are, but there's going to be a different take on them. And having that, like, I think be good. We'll just have to see how it turns out. But I think the co-op moves in general, just how you can like bounce forth, you know, and the characters do work together, even though they're like, you know, computers probably playing as one character. I feel like it looks pretty good. But some of the movements, some of the frames and all that, just like how Christian mentioned explosions. I mentioned when Thor was flying, you know, his movement of the cape was pretty good, but it was slightly laggy. And I mean, I'm sure, you know, obviously they're still working on this, but I'm sure it's going to turn out pretty good when it finishes, or when they finish it, you know, when they polish off this game. I'm sure it's going to be pretty good for next gen, and it's also going to have better graphics. So, I mean, we're going to have to see how it turns out, you know. Watch like a Let's Play if you're not ready to get the game on launch. I think that might be a good thing, but who knows.
Yeah.
But yeah, I enjoyed it. Right now, I'd probably say 7 out of 10, to be honest.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. Yeah, it definitely can improve. And one more plus I will say, it has in the gameplay they did show us, they do stuff different from the movies. Kind of going off what Dom said. The people who are complaining about them not looking the same, as they're just MCU casuals. Like, they're just people who just watch the movies and not do anything else. Honestly, yeah, don't listen to those people. But they do look cool in my opinion. I like a full head of hair Thor than curly headed Thor. You know, it's a little different.
Or shaved off.
Yeah, or man bun Thor. He looks cool. You know, I like all their designs. And on top of that, Thor's voice was also awesome. Like, his voice
sounds like from the cartoons.
Yeah, it sounded like manly, like a god, you know, which he is. But like when that one part where Thor was pulling the Chimera with his lightning, like that was like, all right, that's pretty cool. Like, that's.
What if they had a DLC Thor and he was bald?
Hey, maybe.
The last thing I'm going to say about this, and I'm going to actually disagree with what you and what Darren and Christian said. I thought they teased MODOK and Abomination perfectly.
I agree with you, Jesse.
It left me wanting so much. It left me wanting so much more. The fact that we saw MODOK's head and him narrating the beginning of it, I was just like, "Ooh, give me," because like personally, MODOK is one of those villains that everyone pretty much knows, probably because of his looks. But he can control, you know, robots with his mind. That right there, when it said that, and then we didn't get more of that, I was just like, give it to me now. Like, I want this game.
It was definitely intriguing. That's not what I'm saying. But
I'm
they
not
just
saying
too
that
much.
MODOK.
It's just the fact.
I'm sorry, Darren. Go ahead. Sorry, I'm sorry.
Yeah. I was saying, like, it definitely had me intrigued. You know, I loved it from the beginning. I was like, who's narrating this? I really wanted to find out who it was. They teased MODOK, but I feel like they should have just kept it out. If he just narrated it, and then they said something about AIM, no MODOK, slight clip of Abomination, the rest Taskmaster, I would have been like, this is awesome. This is amazing.
Yeah.
Still
For
awesome,
me,
but it's not as good as it could have been.
Yeah, for me, I already want more. They don't need to sell me on the game. I'm already sold. And honestly, a better teaser would have been a camera behind a chair, a yellow chair, and you can see his arm come out, and that's it. Boom, MODOK. Like, you know, you and then they explain the entire thing. Kamala Khan thinks that AIM is betraying the Avengers.
Yeah.
It's like they're explaining the entirety of the first beginning of the game, like paragraph form, MLA format, and everything. It's
Star
like,
Wars script coming down.
Yeah, it was legit. Like, it was too much. Like, you know, when people were doing movies exposition where they literally just talk the plot to the audience. That's what they were doing, and it's like, I feel like I could have figured that out from the game if you just let me play the game. You know, I don't know.
When they released the trailer for Rise of Skywalker and they had Palpatine's laugh, everybody's like, "Holy shit, Palpatine's returning!" Or in Avengers, the post-credit scene when they Thanos, you know, on the in his sanctuary on the chair, you know, he turns around, you see the smile, the grin. They could have done that. That would have been pretty
But they
sick.
did.
That would have been
But
a callback
they
to
did.
the first
They
Avengers.
did because all they did was they had him narrate. We don't even know if that was him narrating. And then they had his face kind of come up to the screen, and then that was it. And then the Abomination on top of that was him just basically grabbing Hulk by the neck and throwing him against the wall,
smashing him in the wall.
Oh,
Yeah,
That's all we've seen. So like,
No,
for
I'm
me,
saying
they
the mode
showed enough.
No, the mode I think is fine. It's the story. They explain too much. Like
See, I think in my opinion, honestly, they basically kind of walked us with a leash and then they stopped it, and then they went into gameplay. So it's like you're walking with them and then they stop it, and then you got all this game left.
Yeah, I think that's not what they're arguing. I think they just don't want to be on a leash at all. They just want to see gameplay.
yeah, I mean, I've been playing games for a long time, and yeah, I don't need to be on a leash. No one needs to spoon feed me. I'm a grown man. I can figure it out myself. You know.
No,
like,
and I get that, but like for me, I don't play games for, and like, you know, I literally play, like I tell you all the time when I get on Call of Duty, like
it's rare.
I literally don't play to get these skins or to get like y'all all the time. Y'all were talking about like, oh, I got this skin for this gun, and I'm like, bro, what is even that? Like, what does that mean?
What even is that?
Daddy, chill.
What the hell is even that?
I don't even know. So like, I don't care about that. I just want to play the game because I know it's fun. So for me, I like seeing that storyline and then stopping because I know what I'm getting into, and then I'm stopping at this certain point and saying what else is left.
Yeah.
So
yeah, but no, I'm just saying, like, there's been other superhero games, Batman, Spider-Man, they didn't do that, and you got the story just fine.
Yeah.
If anything, you were more surprised when you were playing it. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying, like, and on top of that, I feel like this story isn't going to be, like, I don't know, as groundbreaking as, like, the Batman Arkham's or Spider-Man was. Like, that was, like, emotional tearjerker.
Now, when you guys all saw the Miles Morales trailer, did you prefer that kind of trailer where it doesn't explain plot? It just gives you a little bit of tease of this, of kind of Miles Morales and where he's at. Show you a little bit of the. Of course, it wasn't gameplay; it was more engine footage. But like that's kind of more what Christian would prefer. Is nothing about the story.
But imagine in Miles Morales trailer, it was 5 years after Spider-Man PS4. Miles Morales goes on. It's like I don't need to know that. Like
I'd be fine with that, honestly.
Yeah, I would be fine with that too. I mean, if you get.
Yeah.
I was gonna say if you give me like just a little bit of a story, I would be okay with that. I'd rather prefer that than to just have like, you know, nothing explaining it at all.
Yeah,
it just comes down to personal preference.
Yeah.
But all in
that's
all,
just me. Like,
pretty good.
I'm still getting the game. I'm not. This isn't like I'm not getting the game. It's terrible. I'm still getting the game. Like day one. It's just.
Will this be
I don't know.
for all y'all?
I'm sorry.
This be what?
Will this be a pre-order for all of y'all?
Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna as soon as they have the Xbox Series X and PS5 copies to pre-order that you can get like maybe day one with the console or whatever. I'm gonna.
So you're gonna play next gen.
Yeah, like same thing with Cyberpunk. I still have to go to the store. They're doing the same thing where if you have a previous generation, you can upgrade it to the next generation for free. So Avengers and Cyberpunk are both doing that.
Okay.
And that's the only companies that I know. Everyone else hasn't said anything. And then there's other games that are coming to the next generation, but you have to buy them again, like GTA, I assume.
Right.
But
okay, cool. Well,
I just want to point this out. This was Black Widow when she was first introduced.
Maria Hill.
Crazy. Yeah, basically. And this is her now. This is what she looks like now.
Yeah, a lot better.
A whole lot.
Yeah. But you don't see like Scarlett Johansson in there.
You don't need
it's just
Right.
it's
I
just
don't think people
Black Widow.
realize that if they decide to use MCU likeness, they gotta pay the studio and the actors like
Don't wanna
probably
do that.
billions of dollars.
They're
And
not
that would
gonna
be
do that.
completely out of their budget.
Yeah.
I prefer it
pretty
like
much.
this anyway, honestly, because I feel like
Right.
if it was tied into the MCU, we'd already have these prerequisitions. It's like it just wouldn't feel the
nice
same.
change.
Whereas you just start over, you have your own characters. The way the comics are, the comics they don't look like the MCU characters. At least not for the last, not until the movies came out. But even then, we separate it. People that like watch movies, play video games regularly, read comics. It's all separate. It doesn't have to be just one thing. So I like this version where it's a totally new story. There's no background of the MCU. Like No, it's just a brand new thing. I really like that. Same thing with Spider-Man. Doesn't have to follow the MCU. Doesn't have to follow Tobey Maguire. It's just a brand new Spider-Man. You can use some of the suits from the original movies, but it has no tie-ins. You can just play the skins, and that's it. Original
And
story.
people
content.
and some people say that's their favorite version of Spider-Man
Yeah.
too.
It was a great version. Awesome story. Honestly, I kind of wish that the movie had that storyline because it was so good. But
Yeah.
anyways,
And which is good. I mean, yeah, video games. And that's the thing. I wanted to say this in the middle of the trailer, but like, video games, man, they're awesome. They can do stuff that movies can't do. They can do stuff that movies or anime they just can't do. And what's great about it is you're doing it. Like you're controlling it. Like that Hellcarrier scene where Thor was just smacking robots left and right. You could have watched it from a movie perspective, and then it would have looked awesome. But the fact that you're doing it, and you can put what moves you want to do,
Yeah.
and I'm pretty sure like
That
there's
makes
gonna be
better.
some new gen technology where you can feel the rumble of your controller every time lightning comes down, dude. I mean, like that's awesome. Video games are like a whole nother type of medium to enjoy entertainment like this.
Yeah, that is true. I agree.
all right. Is that everything for all y'all?
I guess that about wraps it up, guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I was just saying I'm pretty impressed. I liked it.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm definitely excited to get this. I'm kind of okay. Last question, just real quick around the room. Is this all y'all want to see, or do you still want to see maybe one more trailer?
I think
I
I'm
just
good,
wanna
honestly.
see-
Coming out in 2 months.
I just want to see who else will be playable characters. I know they said,
Gotta get
you
the
know,
game,
when we get a
Dom.
post-launch hero, huh?
Get the game to find that out.
I guess so, but then they also said this will be like an open world type of game. So, and I know more and more characters are going to be introduced. So I just want to see who those characters are going to be. But I know we have to wait a long time for that.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I would just say, I think I'm good. I think I told you guys this before. Whenever a new trailer comes out, I watch the first one and then I'm good. When the first trailer came out, I watched it. That was it. I'm done. I didn't watch anything else until the movie came out, and then I was hyped. I mean, Josh could tell you, I was smacking his arm the entire movie because all of it was new to me. I didn't know anything of this besides the first trailer.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think I'm good. I think me and Darren are good until the game comes out. Honestly, yeah.
All right, cool.
Now, okay, before we go, 1 out of 10, what would you rank this trailer?
Trailer?
Already for 7.
7.5, 7.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 7. Yeah.
Yeah,
pretty
I gave
good.
it an 8. I think for me it was an 8.
Okay.
Okay.
Dom?
Dom, what about you?
Hey,
All right, cool.
Good stuff.
All right, well, appreciate you guys watching us react to the trailer. And yeah,
Thank
keep
you.
up with the rest of the content. I think we have a lot of videos coming out throughout
Yeah,
the
be sure to like and subscribe.
summer.
Stay up to date with our
We have
content.
a lot of stuff coming out. So yeah, definitely like and subscribe, like Darren said. And be sure to watch our weekly podcast. Comes out every Thursdays. And yeah, so thank you guys, and we will see you next time.
What the hell is even that?